What if I told you that in the next few minutes you could learn 10 simple secrets to turn that failed compost into rich black gold for your garden? These aren't complicated back-breaking chores. These are the game-changing tricks that take your pile from a smelly problem to the most valuable asset your plants have ever had. Hack number 1. Build a foundation for air. Ever wonder why your compost smells like rotten eggs? It's suffocating. When everything gets packed down and soggy, there's no oxygen, and you get that nasty, sludgy mess. The fix? Start your pile with a solid foundation. Before adding a single peel or leaf, lay down a layer of sticks, twigs, or small branches. This creates built-in air tunnels that let oxygen flow, stopping the stink before it starts, and helping everything break down the right way. Hack number 2, the chop and drop rule. Want to put your compost on fast forward? Stop throwing in whole banana peels and giant melon rinds. Think about it. The smaller the pieces, the more surface area for those hungry microbes to feast on. So get chopping. Cut up your veggie scraps, shred your leaves, and tear your cardboard. It's like pre-chewing food for your compost pile, and it will break everything down in a fraction of the time. Hack number 3, the perfect balance myth. Everyone makes the greens and browns ratio sound like complicated chemistry. It's not. Greens are your wet, nitrogen-rich stuff like kitchen scraps and grass clippings. Browns are your dry, carbon-rich things like dead leaves, straw, and cardboard. Here's the simple secret: aim for about 2 or 3 parts brown for every 1 part green. If your pile is slimy and has an ammonia-like smell, you've got too many greens. The easy fix? Just stir in more browns. Hack number 4, turn it, but don't toil over it. Yes, you have to turn your compost to get air in there, but you don't need to make it a full-time job. Turning the pile with a pitchfork every few days or even just once a week is plenty to keep it healthy, happy, and decomposing fast. If you catch a whiff of something funky, your first move should always be to give it a good turn and let it breathe. Hack number 5, bury your kitchen scraps. Tired of fruit flies and other uninvited guests? Stop serving them a buffet. Don't just toss your kitchen scraps on top of the pile. Instead, dig a small hole right in the center, dump your scraps in, and cover them back up with a nice thick blanket of brown material, like dried leaves. This one simple step hides the food from pests and keeps odors locked in. If these hacks are already sparking some aha moments, just imagine what else you could be doing to level up your garden. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. You won't want to miss the simple secrets we've got coming up. Hack number 6, your morning coffee is a supercharger. Don't you dare throw out those used coffee grounds. They're honestly one of the best free activators you can get. Coffee grounds are loaded with nitrogen, which fires up the microbes and gets your pile cooking. Sprinkling them in is like giving your compost a shot of pure espresso to wake it up and get things moving. Hack number 7. Jumpstart your pile with an activator. A brand new pile can be slow to start because it's missing a healthy army of microbes. You can give it a huge boost by adding an activator, but you don't need to buy anything special. Just a few shovelfuls of finished compost from a neighbor or even some rich, healthy garden soil will introduce all the beneficial bacteria and fungi you need to kickstart the whole process. Hack number 8. The wrung-out sponge test. Getting the moisture right feels like a guessing game, but it doesn't have to be. Here's the only rule you need to remember. Your compost should feel like a wrung-out sponge. It needs to be damp to keep the microbes alive, but not so soggy that it's dripping wet. Too dry? Add some water or fresh greens. Too wet and smelly? It's drowning. Mix in more dry brown materials to soak up that extra moisture. Hack number 9. The do not compost list is a hard rule. This isn't a friendly suggestion, it's a non-negotiable rule for a clean, pest-free pile. Never, ever add meat, bones, dairy products, or oily foods. Hack number 10. Location, location, location. You might think that shady, damp corner of the yard is the perfect spot for a compost pile, but that can lead to a slow, soggy mess. Instead, pick a spot that gets a decent amount of sun to help keep the pile warm, which encourages all that microbial action. And make sure it has good drainage so your pile doesn't turn into a swamp after a heavy rain. So that's it. 10 hacks to take the headache out of composting. It all boils down to giving your pile what it needs to thrive: air to breathe, a good balance of greens and browns, the right amount of moisture, and an occasional turn. If you want more secrets for a thriving garden, make sure you hit that subscribe button before you go. Stop letting that pile of scraps boss you around. With these secrets, you're not just throwing away waste anymore. You're creating black gold that will make your garden the envy of the neighborhood. Now get out there and build a better compost pile. You've got this.